Hey everybody, it is late night on, what is it, Tuesday? Yeah, it's been a busy day, and I want to get some quick little blog here for you, a little video thoughts. It's a nice way to empty my brain. It's actually helping me sleep at night, believe it or not. Which is kind of strange that I need to do the blog to help me sleep. But anyway, I still can't fall asleep before 3, but that's another story altogether. First off, big shout out and a thank you to Ricky Berens from Team USA Swimming. Stopped by the old Ford Sports Night on, and I got to adjust this camera because I feel like I'm craning my neck. Stopped by the old Ford Sports Night on Tuesday night and had a great time with him. Great guy, man, oh man, great guy, great attitude, talented athlete, and very cool that he brought the bling with him. And you can see on the Twitter feed, my Twitter feed, and on the Ford Sports Night Facebook page, we got all kinds of pictures. I mean, he was taking pictures with everybody, and very cool of him to do that. So really appreciate that. And applause to him for being such a cool dude. Going to be hanging around Charlotte, his hometown, for a couple weeks, and then going back to California. And really wish him all the best. Saw something today that I just had to stop and say, what? That the University of Michigan players apparently claimed, that the game that they lost at home to Appalachian State 5 years ago, you may remember that one, right? Armani Edwards and company, and the blocked field goal, and all the great things that happened at Michigan that day for Appalachian State. The players say that half the team was stoned when they played that game. What? Half the team was stoned when they played Appalachian State. So that's why they lost. Really? Really? 5 years later. Now, maybe you certainly understand the rationale of waiting 5 years, because everybody from that team is gone. They're off the team. So really nothing can happen to Michigan, per se, I guess. But I don't buy it. Are you serious? 5 years later, this is what you're going to come up with? Come on. Half the team was stoned. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I would certainly hope the NCAA, because I know they read that, I hope the NCAA will maybe investigate the University of Michigan for lack of institutional control, with players being on illegal narcotics. I mean, hey, they're investigating everybody for everything else anyway. So I would think if they got admissions from players, there ought to be some sort of investigation launched. Hey, Michigan guys were stoned when they played Appalachian State. No. First off, I don't buy it. Second off, I don't think there should be an investigation. Third, own it, Michigan, own it. You got your fannies handed to you in the big house in front of your own people on your own Big Ten network by Appalachian State, a team that everybody overlooked. Nobody thought they would come in and play a Big Ten team the way they did and win the game, because it never happens. That football game was the 16 seed beating the 1 seed in the NCAA basketball tournament. That's exactly what that was. It never happens. It had never happened before that, and it hasn't happened since. Okay? I mean, think about the circumstances that year. That would be, and I'm not disrespecting Elon, but that's the name that came into my brain. It'd be like Elon going to play Alabama and beating Alabama at Alabama. It'd be exactly the same thing. Honestly, that would be bigger, I would think, than App State's win over Michigan. Because App State's win over Michigan is considered by many to be the greatest college football upset ever, of all time. And there have been some great dandy football games played in the college ranks. That one's the top of the list. And now the Michigan players are saying, oh, we were stoned, man. We were all baked the night before. We weren't taking that game seriously at all. You know what? Then that's on you. Shame on you. That's garbage. It's absolute garbage. It shows total I would say no lack of class. There's no class by any Michigan player admitting that. Even if it's true, there's no class in them to not take a game seriously. To be out partying the night before, if it's true, which I don't believe it is. I just think that they're making up an excuse now 5 years later, because nobody can get in trouble for it now by saying, oh, we were piped, man. We were all stoned. We baked our brains out at a beer blast the night before because we were playing App State. We weren't going to lose to them. Well, you did. You have to remember that. You have to be reminded of that. you lost in your house to a school that should not have beaten you in your house. And many folks said they shouldn't have been on the same field with you. I don't believe that either. But, hey, it's 5 years, and the folks at App have lived off of that and loved it. Those 3 national championships that go along with it. Hey, they're saying, thanks, Michigan. We appreciate the help in putting our program further and further on the map. In App State, they've never really slowed down. I got to do something here on this phone. They've not really slowed down. We just haven't kept winning national championships because for a while there they made it look real easy. So anyway, shame on you, Michigan, for even saying that. That's just garbage. And if you were baked, double shame on you. That's even worse because you were actually, breaking the law. How about that? Okay. Carolina Panthers back to work Wednesday. Had Tuesday off. Big game Sunday. Huge game Sunday. Not for the result, but for determining how this roster is going to take shape. I'll be interested to see who gets the reps at the kicker positions. I'll be interested to see who gets the reps at the wide receiver spots beyond LaFell and Smith. Smith the one, LaFell the two, because Louis Murphy has shown some really good things. Kealo Pilaris has shown some really good things. To me, those, and I could be wrong, and this is just my thought. I have no inside knowledge of the Panthers, what they're thinking, but those two guys right now, to me, are locks. And Joe Adams, I think, is the punt returner. I really do. And if that's the case, there's 5 receivers right there. That's 5 guys already spoken for. You got Erja Tutu, who's another guy. He could be, he could be a 5th receiver, is a solid special teams guy. This is not going to be easy for the coaches to make up the 53-man roster, period. It is not going to be easy. They've still got questions answered at the defensive line spots. They've got depth issues they've got to address. Not issues, but who's going to stay, who's going to go. An offensive line, linebacker, we should get a chance to see Thomas Davis on Sunday night against the Jets. John Beeson, jury's still out. Don't know how he's going to respond after having Tuesday off as he works his way back from that tweaked hamstring. Once his hamstring is fine, the guy's going to be a Tasmanian devil. He'll be fine. But it's you just hate seeing all this camp go by and him not getting any kind of work. It's a blessing and a curse. He's not getting a lot of work, but on the flip side, he's not getting hurt either. And you want to save a guy like Beeson because he's your leader on defense. He is. Period. So big week for the Panthers in terms of the makeup of the roster. After Sunday night's game, the starters will probably fly to Pittsburgh. And they may run around in warm-ups, but I don't think you'll see first teamers on the field beyond 1 series each. If that. I don't think Steve Smith will even play. That's just me. Because remember, they play Sunday night against the Jets, and they play Thursday night against the Steelers. That's a very short window, very quick turnaround. So, to me, Sunday night is the night where the coaching staff and the players had better put it out there. If you're a second, if you're a second teamer or you're a third teamer trying to be a backup, you don't have many opportunities to shine on Sunday night. So that Thursday's a big day for the first teamers and for the reserves. Now next Thursday against Pittsburgh, that is going to be make or break night for just about everybody else. Because to me, I think out of the 53-man roster, you probably have 43, maybe 45 names that you already have kind of penciled in. So there's not a whole lot of jobs in the 53. So you got to get those backups in there, and then you got to pick up a practice squad, and then after that, you're set. And it's time to go. It's time to go play for real against Tampa Bay. That first Sunday in the regular season, which is September the 9th. So lots of stuff going on. If you're watching the Ford Sports Night, we got coverage going on. We had the Wyndham Championship in Greensboro last week, Winston-Salem Open Tennis Tournament this week. The Hendrick Friday Night Final is cranked up on Friday, and of course the Ford Sports Night each and every night at 10 o'clock, where you need to send us your point and shoots. Gotta have them. Gotta have your input. Gotta have your opinions. Gotta have your thoughts. Makes this show so much different than anything else that's out there. Your face in the place, on the show, telling us what you think about sports, asking your questions, giving us your comments, All point and shoots are welcome. You take them on your smartphone, email them to sports@news14.com, sports@news14.com. Get them to us. We'll put them on the air. We'll make you a superstar. I can't do the whole post thing from Saturday Night Live. Anyway, thanks for checking out the blog. We'll be back to do it again. And if I don't do it the rest of this week, then we'll see you next week. We'll talk maybe Monday. But I'll try to get back on here because I know you guys are craving these things, aren't you? Aren't you?